Mysterious passenger in a night taxi. Rain pelted the windshield as Johnny, a weary taxi driver, navigated the nearly empty streets of New York City in the middle of the night. The glittering city lights dimmed under the downpour, and the radio hissed with static. He sighed, ready to call it a night, when a pale hand emerged from the shadows of the sidewalk. A woman stood there, drenched, her long black hair hanging over her face. She wore an off-white dress that seemed strangely out of place. She didn't wave or speak, she just stood, staring directly into his headlights. Johnny slowed down, his instincts sharp. Something felt wrong with her, but years of driving had taught him not to ask too many questions. He unlocked the passenger door. She got in without a word. Her scent was damp, earthy, almost like wilted flowers. She leaned in close, whispering softly, "To an old cemetery, please." Johnny's throat tightened. The cemetery was far from town, isolated, and no one had ever asked to go there at night. But her cold, glassy eyes were fixed on him in the rearview mirror, leaving no room for argument. The ride was silent, accompanied only by the rain and the rhythmic tick, tick, tick of the meter. Booty tried to break the silence. "Are you visiting someone?" The woman smiled faintly, her lips pale as the moonlight. "Yes. My husband. He's waiting." When the taxi finally reached the cemetery gate, Johnny turned to speak, but the back seat was empty. Rainwater pooled where he sat, and the door was still closed. Heart pounding, he looked around. Then slowly the rearview mirror began to fog up, as if someone were breathing on it from within. Letters appeared, written by an invisible hand. "Thank you for taking me home." Before he could react, the passenger door creaked open on its own. A shadow slipped through the rain, moving toward the cemetery gate. And just before the taxi disappeared among the graves, the woman turned, her face no longer human, her mouth gaping open, dripping black water, and smiled at him. The taxi's engine died. And in the suffocating silence, Johnny realized he was no longer alone in the car.